Hey everybody, welcome back to A Slice of Gaming. I'm Lily Python 4. This is Final Fantasy IV, the complete collection for the Sony PlayStation Portable. This game is brought to you by GameAnyone.com, and naturally we are starting with Final Fantasy IV. So, when we ended things off last time, Cecil just lost his job as the Red Wing commander, and now we're given a new job by the Kain to go to Mist Valley and deliver them something. But we'll need some rest for our mission, so let's go to bed and get some shut-eye. This is where we met Rosa, and we can quickly go visit this room here. We locked up all the Messidian mages who opposed us, sir. You can talk to them through the doors. So once they walk up to the doors, you can talk to them, as he explained.
You won't get away with this, you hear me?
I do not expect you to spare us, but please return the crystal to Messidia. You idiots don't know anything! The crystal just isn't any old jewel! Well, I suppose we'll find out exactly what they do later in the game. Well, well, well. Look who's back unscathed! Rosa was worried sick about you. Don't you ever worry her like that again, you hear? So, how am my airship? Bet you and your goons wrecked him up something awful. Hey, what's the matter with you, kiddo? The truth is... What? The king demoted you? What about the Red Wings? They'll be a mess without you. What's come over the king? He's been acting peculiar. I don't build my airship so that they can be used to slaughter people. The whole town's beginning to dock, you know. Cecil, be careful out there. Make short work of that mission and get back safe. Whoa. I have to start heading home or my daughter's going to kill me. And we have met the third character in the game. Third-party character other than Cecil, of course. That is Sid. We'll be seeing more of him later. My arm is broken!
Captain!
We'll just eat and laugh and try to forget about Messidia.
So much for the Red Wings' honor.
Still can't believe what we did. Yeah, see, even they're complaining about it, and there's absolutely nothing up here. I have a feeling our old king isn't gonna last much longer under this rule. People are gonna start complaining. There's nothing in the jar here, but I just have to check anyways. I changed your sheet, sir. I hear you are to depart early tomorrow morning. Good night. Thank you. I might turn this dash off. It's actually starting to become more of a distraction than anything, so let me just do that here. Super quick. There. That way I don't have to keep bypassing people. I'll just use it when I need it. What happened to the king? He covets the crystal like a man possessed, and he'll resort to any means to get them. Nevertheless, I can't defy him. How could I cross the man who raised Kain and me like his very own? The chivalrous knight who I adored and admired since childhood. I will not betray him. I can't. Cecil! What's going on? You just returned from Messidia, and now you must journey afar to battle this Eidolon? It's not normal for you to be given such an order. Everything's fine. Cecil, look at me. In Messidia, we killed innocent people to steal their crystal. It was horrible. I suppose this is my fate as a Dark Knight. Soon I won't feel any remorse for my actions. You and I both know that would never happen. So, should I feel guilt, but still never dare to defy my king? I am a hopeless coward. Cecil I know would never whimper like this. Cecil I love. You leave for Mist early tomorrow, right? Yes, but you needn't worry. Kain is coming too. I'll be fine. Trust me. Please, come back to me in one piece. Thank you, Rosa. But you know that I am a dark knight and the two of us can never... So, are you ready for some real combat? Always. Then, lead the way. And so, the Dark Knight Cecil was stripped of his command of the Red Wings. He and the Master Dragoon, Kain, head towards the Dark Valley for the Village of Mist. I have to say that's a nice look to the scene here now. The advent of the airship marked the realization of Baron's dream, but also the birth of his materialism, or militarism. Jesus. With its Royal Air Force Red Wings, Baron soon reigned supreme. Now as monsters multiply and stir unrest, Baron only exploits his powers to collect the world's crystals. Why? The crystals silently shed their light. Okay, so now we are here in the overworld map, and I absolutely love the music of this overworld theme. I could just sit here and listen to it. And this arranged version of the song is awesome. Before we explore too much, though, I recommend going to town. Just to check things out here, this is the town of Baron. So we can check out the item shop, we can buy some certain things here, we can buy some potions, typical Final Fantasy stuff, and the Gasal Greens will summon the Fat Chocobo, which is kind of used as a storage in this game. I will buy all my stuff later, just to save time. If you're journeying afar, you mustn't forget to bring potions, antidotes, and tents along. Of course, basic Final Fantasy stuff, right? We can go rest at the inn if we so need to, and sorry, I kind of skipped past that item too fast, but we got ourselves our first potion. We can also organize things in a little bit more of a neater, nicer look to it. And unfortunately, we're not given a key items case, it looks like, and we can only hold up to 48 items at once, so that's good to know. We might be using the Fat Chocobo more often than I did in the first game. You wish to go to Mist Valley? You must first head to the cavern northwest of Baron. Thanks for the directions. The king is gravely mistaken in ordering his men to master the dark sword. What's this place? Huh, locked for now. And this place will be coming to much later. Unfortunately, we can't really... Oh, we can! Oh, the path is sealed, never mind. The Devil's Road leads to Messidia, but it has remained closed since the Messidians sealed their end. Baron once actively traded with Messidia via this path, but it is no longer in use. The stairs lead to the training classroom. Yeah, I guess they wouldn't be in use after what we did, right? So here they can give you different hints and tips about your adventure. Move characters with low vitality in the back row. I'll explain this a little bit better than they can when we get to these points of the different tips and tricks. So I won't bother reading these out here. I just want to see if this guy says anything. Yeah, if basically I'll explain this as well too, about the battle speed, about just how we can fight. And this little rabbit over here is naming ways, so we can change the name of our main characters if we want to, but we'll just keep them the way they are. I like to keep the characters with their original names. In the Final Fantasy IV DS version, you couldn't change their names because there was a voice acting. I sense that something bad will happen. If the mist is attacked, beware of the mist! Alright, lady, you're kind of crazy and creeping me out. We understand the mist is crazy and dangerous. Found another potion. And here is Rosa's mother and or grandmother. Oh, it's mother. I hear the king and you boys are up to no good these days. Whatever you're all doing, keep Rosa out of it, you hear? So she obviously does not approve of us right off the whip. How kind of her, right? Well, I'm sure we'll get her approval one day. Hey, small child, come back here. Come here. Come here! Talk to me. There we go. I can't stop thinking about dark nights. They're scary, and by scary, I mean totally awesome! So, in other words, you want my autograph, then. This girl up here was censored in the original SNES version. You'll see what she does. No, I didn't spread any bad rumors about the king, really. I'll show you something neat in return if you keep your mouth shut. And it looks like she is still censored in this version. In the original SNES version, she would rip off her dress and throw it into the water and start dancing around, so yeah, she's basically a stripper. Basically. So there is a tent hidden right here. There's kind of I want to say like an invisible block where the tent would be. That's where you can kind of detect an item, so if you run into something that doesn't seem to be right, like, how come I can't keep going forward? There's an item there. So I think we got all the items in town, so the next thing we need to do is just talk to her over there and see what she's has to say. Gotta talk to everybody in town, it's my favorite. The building over yonder to the west side leads to an ancient waterway that goes all the way to the castle. But I reckon it's always locked. So let's explore the world map a little bit and explain the battle system of this game. So let's head to our destination. We can't dash on the map. And right here is, early into the game, is a chocobo forest. If you touch the white chocobos, it'll heal all your MP. Right here is where you can summon the fat chocobo if you have a Gasol green and use him as a storage. So if you touch the yellow one, we will capture him and we can go wherever we want to. The chocobo can go through thin bodies of water, like the rivers and streams, but he can't obviously go into the ocean. He can go through forests, but he can't go over mountains. So we're just gonna ditch the chocobo for now, since I want to explore a little bit more here and show you guys hopefully a random battle, which I'm sure we'll be seeing more than enough of in this game. If you explore down here, you'll find there's absolutely crap all. Okay, so we got ourselves our first battle, and I just want to explain a little bit of something about these goblins. Right off the whip, you can get a very, 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 very rare drop from these guys. It'll be a spell that we'll have for a character much later in the game. So, let's get going, and the bars to the right-hand side that are filling up, that's the active time gauge. So that's when you know a character will be able to take his or her turn. You can also rearrange if you don't like the way the characters are set up. You can also rearrange it so if you want Kain in the middle, by all means have Kain in the middle. All you have to do is go to order and we can switch them around. I kind of like it how it was before. It really doesn't determine much. If you go to row, it'll place whoever's in the back row in the front row and whoever's in the front row in the back row. And whoever's in the back row will take less damage, but they'll also give less damage too. So it's better if you have a mage in your party and you send them over to the back row. So let's get going to our destination here. And there are the floating eyes that we fought right at the very beginning of the battle. They look kind of huge in this version, I have to say. And also before I forget, I will show you these two characters' special abilities, and you shouldn't need to level up too terribly much because, as you can see, we started at level 10. I think that's more than enough for this area right now. You might have a little bit of trouble with the boss, but he's pretty simple once you get the hang of his pattern. And he has a pattern, well, you'll see what I mean when we get to him. Basically, most Final Fantasy games have this general boss in the game. I'm actually surprised I'm not... Oh! Turn back. What? Who's there? Anyways, as I was saying before that voice interrupted me, I'm surprised I'm not getting into too many random battles in this cave. And picked up a potion. I like the cave music in this game too. It's just so nice and relaxing. Everything about this game is nice and relaxing. Oh, speak of the devil, there's a random battle. Right, I will show off Cecil's darkness technique. It'll take some of his HP, but it'll attack all enemies on the screen. Nice. It's a very good way to get rid of enemies, but just watch your HP. If you don't have enough HP, then I don't think the move will work at all. I could be completely wrong about that one. It might just kill him, so just be careful. You can also defend if you want to by holding left down, we can defend, or swap rows in the middle of battle. I will show off Kain's jump move here in a second. Alright, and if you want to see how a character is doing, just go into their status screen and we can check out how much experience it'll take for them to get to the next level, where their strength, where everything is at right now. Once again, just typical Final Fantasy things. We can check out magic, equipment, and we can check out the bestiary, which is something that's kind of newer in the more recent releases of the Final Fantasy game. And I guess I'll create a new system data. Oh well, there's an error there, but I will show this off here. But here we go. Basically, it shows off what you have fought so far and how many of each enemy, and it'll also show off the background where you first fought the guy. So here we have slain 6 goblins. This is the drops that you can get, and goblin is the spell I was talking about earlier. Other than that, well, that's basically all we fought so far. As you can see for treasure, it goes in order of how often you'll get them. So potions will get more often than we will the goblin spell. I think the goblin spell is a 1 in 256 chance of getting it, and I don't tend to go for these spells until much later in the game. I will say what animals or what creatures have said spell, but I may or may not be able to show them while recording. So I'm going to stop right here. Oh. And we will call this video a wrap right after this battle. There's also another monster right outside the cave that will drop another rare spell. And we'll get to that guy once we see him. So I'm going to end things off right here. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you later.